Today is February 9th, I believe. This is my little grow station that we have in here, just reusing an old stand, and I like it because it's where I can see outside. And so this tray is the one I'm going to put outside. I don't know if you can see, I put it out there on my little table, and I'm going to have it covered with the dome to keep it a little warmer. But I have taken a lot of the things that I had sprouting in here, and I've transplanted them in there so they have more room, which is my white Russian kale and my kohlrabi. This kohlrabi is the kohlrabi I got from the food bank that was expired, and it's just gone gangbusters. I had pretty good success with it last year too, so don't turn your nose up to free seed if you get some. This champion collards are not doing super great. I'm doing an experiment this year. I started some seed in a wet paper towel. Let's see, this is gonna look yucky. This is a goji berry, so mind you, that's why it looks yucky. And then I had it in a Ziploc bag. And so I just took some of the seed that sprouted and I plopped them in here. I have some of my onions in here, and I write the date that I sow it. Usually when I transplant it, like these ones have 2 dates, so there's when I sowed it, that's when I transplant it. With the onions, I'm writing if it's long day, that's what LD is. I also often will write like how many seeds I planted in a cell, so I kind of know how the germination's going. So in here too, so this is the Tokyo, or the Tokanashi turnips, which are kind of like the Tokyo turnips, I'm guessing from the description, which are supposed to be a little bit sweeter, milder flavored turnip. Here I've got a whole bunch of different kinds of cabbages, like the Napa cabbage, and some ball head cabbages, and some red cabbage. Those I'm probably going to do the same thing soon as those and separate them out. I just don't know if I can get to that today. I've got some Asian greens in the back, and then 2 rows of different kinds of broccoli. And you can tell here is the rows of high mowing seeds versus the kind I picked up at the store. Look at the difference in the germination. I do wish the high mowing had a little bit more varieties for some of the things like the turnips and stuff that I'm looking for. For those, I went to the rareseeds.com. But I love high mowing seeds. They just do really, really good. And they stand by their product. So here I've got some marigolds. This is just a pot that I cut shorter so that it could be in here. And I have a heating pad. I don't know if you can see it underneath. I've got some tomatoes in here, which I just sowed. Looks like one's popping up. I don't expect much from those yet. Got some more tomatoes and eggplants. I've got some beets. What is his name? Drawing a blank on the name of this guy that does. He'll grow things like beets and leeks and stuff in clumps. So I'm trying that this year because I'm figuring out that it's actually the birds that love to eat my beets, the leaves and the chard. So anyway, I'm not going to plant the chard in clumps, but over here I have some romaine, which you can see popping up in this last little area, and then some of the other stuff has not come up. My peppers only have one. I probably should have done what I did with the tomatoes, is put them lower so they're closer to the heat source. Normally I do with peppers what I did with the goji berries, is I'll put them in a paper towel wet on the heat source, and then I put them in the soil. And then over here I have more onions, which I don't think I'm going to put outside yet. But anyway, that's kind of what I do. And I have them on adjustable chains that are just attached, because this has little things like that. And it's not the best setup, but it works. And this shelf was free, and these were free. They're, you know, you make do with what you have. So anyway, happy gardening.